Imagine waking up to nothing but wind and tall spruce, a cold creek moving over stones, and an empty clearing that offers no comfort at all. Now imagine choosing that place on purpose, because you want to build a home with your own hands, and you want it to work every day in real life. That is the promise of this film, a couple hand-built, fully equipped wooden house deep in the forest. From the first wide shots, you understand the stakes. There is one vehicle, a small pile of tools, and two people who do not waste movement. They do not talk to the camera, and they do not perform for it. The camera simply observes as they measure, square, and mark a footprint in frozen ground. The hook is simple and powerful. Watch order appear where there was only wilderness, and you can feel that every inch matters. Stay with it, because small details lead to huge payoff. Then the build begins the hard way, the only way that counts. Trees are selected with care, ropes are set, cuts are deliberate, and the forest answers with weight and sound. When a trunk falls, snow jumps, branches snap, and the clearing changes forever. The film stays close enough to show the truth. Bark tearing under a drawing, fresh wood shining at the cut, hands steadying a log while the other hand checks level. You are not watching fantasy, you are watching work. What keeps you locked in is the rhythm. Measure, cut, peel, seat, check, repeat. Each course of logs rises like a timeline you can read. Corners are notched, pegs are driven, and seams begin to tell their own story. The couple moves with silent coordination, the kind that comes from trust, not from speeches. Strict continuity deepens that trust. The same jackets, boots, gloves, rope, and tool layout return, so the place feels real and time feels unbroken. Nothing appears without being carried in. When the window opening is cut, it feels like a turning point, because now the structure is not just a wall. It is a place that will hold light, and it will hold warmth. When the doorway appears, the project crosses a line, and the cabin becomes a destination you can enter, not just a frame you can stand beside. Every decision has a consequence, and the film respects that. Headers are braced, cuts are cleaned, and every opening is treated like a structural promise that must survive settling and cold. The middle of the film raises tension the honest way, through weather and consequence. Wind picks up, tarps snap, creak sounds louder, and every loose object becomes a risk. Instead of panic, you see systems. They tie down, brace, reposition, and keep the site clean. That discipline is the real drama because it tells you they understand the land, and they respect it. The camera reinforces it with steady movement and clear framing, letting you see exactly what is changing and why. As walls reach their full height, the story shifts to the roof, and the build becomes vertical. A ridgepole is lifted, rafters seat into place, sheathing is nailed down in careful lines, and the cabin begins to look like it belongs. The sound effects carry the emotion. Hammer strikes, wood creaks, wind and needles, and that constant water. You are not being told what to feel. You feel it because the work is believable. Then comes the ceiling, the part that separates a pretty shell from a livable house. Chinking is mixed, gaps are packed, seams are smoothed, and drafts are hunted like invisible enemies. Frames go into openings, glass is installed, and the door is built heavy and adjusted until it closes cleanly. Every small fix has a purpose. Keep warmth in, keep moisture out, keep the structure safe as it settles. And then, the moment everyone waits for, the first fire. A stone hearth is set, a stove is placed, pipe joints are aligned, flashing is sealed, and kindling catches. The crackle is not just sound, it is a milestone. The cabin stops being a project and becomes shelter. When smoke rises cleanly from the pipe outside, it is a quiet victory that feels earned. The film does not end at completion, and that is why it stays satisfying. It shows what fully equipped really means. Water is managed with jugs and a wash area. Power arrives through solar panels on a simple rack, cables routed through a sealed entry, and batteries secured on a sturdy shelf. Interior spaces become functional. Shelves, a counter, a sleeping platform, curtains for privacy or heat protection. Nothing appears magical. Every improvement is built, installed, tested, and then maintained. Nature keeps pressing. Snow loads roofs, ice forms at edges, condensation gathers on glass, meltwater threatens the foundation, and tracks near storage remind you that you are not alone. Each time, the response is methodical. Clear the roof, chip the ice, redirect the runoff with stones, tighten knots, elevate supplies, and keep routine steady. The couple never needs a speech to prove resilience. Their hands prove it. By the final stretch, the clearing has transformed into a true homestead. A woodshed holds stacked firewood under cover. The outhouse sits downwind on a cleared path. A stone skirt guides water away from the cabin. And a stable gravel apron keeps the vehicle from sinking in thaw. The camera pulls back and you see coherence. Every structure placed with intent. Every path shaped by use. Every object where it belongs. The final aerials do not chase spectacle. They underline scale, showing how small a home is against wilderness and how much care it took to make it. The last images are the payoff, not because they are flashy, but because they are honest. A small, orderly home stands in an endless forest, warmed by a steady stove, powered by the sun, supplied by the creek, protected by good habits. The drone rises above treetops, and the cabin becomes a single point of human order in a wide, indifferent landscape. You finish the film with a rare feeling. Not that you watched someone build a house, but that you watched two people build a life that can last for many years.